Tencent actually approached us to work on Kingdom Craft a couple years ago, and the idea behind the game was there were different seasons, so we did some winter music, spring music, different times of year have different settings in the game, and they really wanted to highlight that through the music. So ultimately we ended up doing quite a bit of live recording as well for these tracks, which was really fantastic.
And I really just instantly fell in love with this project. It's become one of my favorites for sure. It's very thematic, so lots of reoccurring melodies, and it gave me a chance to do really, really lush orchestrations, yet also bring in traditional Chinese elements to it to make a really beautiful blend. I think one of the most surprising things about the music for this game is the fact that although it's a mobile game, it doesn't feel like a mobile game. It feels huge. The music scale is enormous. It has a really big, powerful feeling like I'm creating this empire on my device, and there's big brass and orchestral music playing. It feels huge for being a mobile game.
One of the other things we did for the game was sound design. We did a lot of user interface, UI, interactables. So every time you're interacting with buildings and the different things in the game, giving those unique sounds that feel good, that feel rewarding. Justin on our team did a lot of sound design for Kingdom Craft, so it was really great to kind of be able to bring both sound and music to life.
Tencent was originally pretty open to exploring musical palettes, and I wrote a couple themes for the game. The first thing I wrote was actually for the main city, and I used a lot of big brass and kind of these timpani bum 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 rolls and things like that to give this big open sense. And then we blended in a little more of the traditional Chinese stuff with erhu and a lot of the Chinese winds and things like that. This game being about ancient China and almost being a historical game, really, it was really inspiring because I was able to look back at traditional Chinese music and things like that, and I think that set a tone for the game for us moving forward, and I was able to take those themes and bring them back in later pieces. For the winter music, I actually recorded a lot of my vocals as the boys' choir. I didn't have a boys' choir on hand, so I was able to sing and pitch my voice up the octave, and I thought it sounded neat. So when we recorded the orchestra, we actually recorded it in stems. We recorded the winds by itself, the strings by itself, and the brass by itself, and we were able to re-layer them and re-sequence them to get different arrangements and playback during game time. And that's really, really cool, because if you write 2 minutes of music and you create these different arrangements, you get a lot more music out of that 2 minutes of music than just a 2-minute loop.
Working with live musicians is fantastic because it really brings the project to life in a whole new way. The ability to have that human element. That we worked with a great orchestrator, Nathan, and a great team over at Huge Sound, Mike Green, recording engineer, and so it really helped bring the project to life in a whole new way. And the music that we got to record was for spring and winter, and so these were very different styles, but all using the same themes of Matthew's music. So it was nice to be able to approach these two very different feelings with the same thematic content and figure out how to bring them to life in unique ways.